Hey guys, FanboyPrime here, and I want to use today's video to continue to show you guys books from my Monday haul. Now, if you guys remember in my previous video, I highlighted books that I got from Instagram seller Comics for Cheap, and I highlighted just how awesome that transaction was. Today's video, I want to highlight just truly how awesome my transaction with my friend Mags was. Mags is known as Cheap Dollar Comics for Sale over on Instagram, and I'll put a link in the description. Do not let that name confuse you. It is not just cheap dollar books, but she has some really, really good, some high quality books. Just check her out on Instagram. You'll see what I'm talking about. And I was able to pick up this stack of books from her. So awesome, Mags. Thank you very much. Thank you. Before we jump into the video, I would like to go back to this figure. And remember, we looked at him last Friday. I've had him for a week. I will say that my fears have subsided. There's still some concern anytime you spend that much on a toy. But thus far, I am not as worried about breaking. Some of the joints were really, really tight initially. I've gotten those tight joints loose. I don't feel like it's going to just snap and break off anymore. So yes, I continue, or I guess I strengthen my recommendation for this toy. It's just pricey. It is just pricey, but yeah, I do really, really enjoy this figure. So I did want to come back to that. Also, before we jump into the comics, I want to show you guys two pickups that I made this morning. I was finally able to find the Batman Who Laughs from the McFarlane Toys retro superpower figures. And I love this toy. Once again, I love the packaging, of course. This toy is meant, man, it's going to look great hanging up on my wall with the other ones. And I love the simplicity of the toy. The seven points of articulation. I'm not a big articulation guy. Give me something like this, something that is functional and you can play with. Although, I'm going to leave him locked up on the wall. Perhaps I'll buy another one. But it's an awesome toy. I cannot wait to display it with the other ones. Not only was I able to pick up the Batman Who Laughs, but I also was able to pick up the Flash. The Flash is one of my favorite characters. I know this is supposed to be Barry Allen Flash. My Flash is Wally West. But just the idea of the character, the Flash, that costume, it's just so awesome. I love this toy and love how he looks in the packaging. Once again, the card back. I think all toys, action figures, whatever you want to call them, should come with a card back. This day and age of boxed figures, I'm not about. I love how this looks, so he will display beautifully as well. The first book I want to show is a book destined for Ollie's wall, and that is Web of Spider-Man 69. It is the newsstand. Yeah, Hulk versus Spider-Man, you know that he will definitely appreciate that. Next up, Adventures of Superman 445. You guys know, Crisis to Crisis. I want all those Superman books. I don't know. I don't have numbers on that. I do have numbers on the triangle number, and I messed up on my last video. I said I was 150 away. After including those books, I'm 151 away. I made a mistake. Yeah. But after this video, we'll tally how far I am. Now, Mags came across a bunch of current books, modern books. You guys know I'm not real big on modern books, but I've heard so much good stuff about this run, World's Finest, Mark Waid. If you remember a few videos back, I did buy number one. I think it was the coffee with Seinfeld variant. Not my favorite variant. I haven't read it yet, but I heard a lot of great stuff, especially about this issue, so definitely happy to have it in the collection. This next book was recommended to me by Main Event Comics and Wrestling. It is Action Comics Annual, the 2022 annual. He told me this is a story that I will definitely enjoy. He told me to check it out, so I went ahead and made that purchase. And since I made that purchase, I went ahead and bought Action Comics 1041, Action Comics 1042, Action Comics 1044, and Action Comics 1045. I've been hearing a lot of good stuff about this run. what is it, Philip Kennedy Johnson run. So, yeah, Mags had them for a good price, so I jumped on it, and we'll see. We'll see. Modern DC has kind of turned me off, but yeah, I'm willing to give it a chance, especially after the recommendation from Main Event Comics on this annual. So we'll check it out. Was able to pick up Adventures of Superman 615. The Man of Steel number 3. So I'm 3 issues away from completing this miniseries. Day of Judgment number 1. The great Jeff Johns. So this is not something I've read, so I want to check this out. She hooked me up with a beautiful copy of Action Comics 625. Another book towards the Action Comics weekly run. Was able also to purchase Action Comics 601. Now, I already owned the glow-in-the-dark cover for this, so I don't knock off a triangle book with this one. But I didn't have this cover. This is Superman 123, the first appearance of the blue suit of Superman Blue. So definitely happy to add this to the collection. Superman number 15. Some John Byrne goodness. This next book is the book that kicked off this whole sale with Mags, because she had this one posted, and I asked her, hey, do you have any more Superman from this era, from the Triangle era? This is Superman Metropolis, Secret Files and Origins. This is from June of 2001. So definitely another cool book to add to the collection. Being a Superman fan, I do like to find the Secret Files and Origins. I always think it's just a cool addition to the collection, right? Okay, so these next books, this is especially why I wanted to highlight it. You guys know, trying to get all the triangle / shield numbers, symbol numbers, by my count or by someone's spreadsheet count that I was able to print off the internet. The total number of books for that is 524. So I'm down to 151 after the last video. Mags was able to hook me up with 11 triangle numbers. So that's awesome. So that's going to get me down to only needing 140 more triangle numbers to complete the set. That's awesome. And man, between what Brian LCS hooked me up with and what Scoons Comics hooked me up with, and now what I was able to buy from Mags, I've made a whole lot of headway in that collection. So awesome. First up in the triangle number books that I got from Mags is Action Comics 670 during the Armageddon 1991, or the Armageddon storyline. This is triangle number 34 from 1991. Got Action Comics 671, triangle number 38 from 1991. Action Comics 672, triangle number 42 from 1991. And it's awesome because Action Comics is the book that I have the most I need to catch up on, or most that I need to collect. And next week I'm hoping to put a video together kind of showing by title what I still need to buy if I want to complete that collection, and break it up by year, which years I've collected more of and which years I need to search out for to complete the set. Next up, Action Comics 674, the Panic in the Sky Prologue, triangle number 8 from 1992. Action Comics 703, triangle number 36 from 1994. Action Comics 713, triangle number 33 from 1995. Action Comics 715, a great Parasite cover, triangle number 42 from 1995. Action Comics 726, triangle number 40 from 1996. Action Comics 729, triangle number 3 from 1997. Superman 101, triangle number 22 from 1995. And to close out my haul, Superman 117, triangle number 42 from 1996. So definitely a legit chunk was made in my hunt for the triangle numbers. So awesome. All right, guys, that does it for today's video. Before we leave, I want to once again send a huge shout out and a huge thank you to Mags, Cheap Dollar Comics for Sale 2 on Instagram. Check her out. Check out her book. She's got some great stuff. Thank you, guys. Anyone who continues to watch, like, to comment on the videos, anyone who has recently subbed, I hope I continue to put out content that earns your subscription. I think it's awesome. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone, for this channel continuing to grow. It's pretty awesome. And as I said in my last video, you know, it would be fine if I was just doing this for myself and there was maybe 10 people watching, and that would be awesome. But man, I can't even talk right. It's awesome that the channel is growing and that I continue to reach out to new people. So, guys, thank you very much. I'm out.